Our next guest is one of the enduring larrikins of Aussie TV. Before landing a role on Home and Away, Lynne McGranger worked as a primary school teacher. She then went on to study acting and eventually found her way to Summer Bay. Performing in theatre productions, Lynne McGranger began honing her acting skills in the early 80s, most notably in Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. In 1989, she notched up her first TV credit in hit series The Flying Doctors, leading her to one iconic role.
They said, Dinah. Oh, g'day, Pip.
For the last 22 years, we've watched Irene Roberts transform herself from an alcoholic to one of Summer Bay's most loved matriarchs.
Hi, darling. Hi, darling.
From her token exasperated sigh to her classic one-liners.
Your granddad's big enough and ugly enough to look after himself.
Irene tells it like it is, setting the young ones on the straight and narrow.
I don't think you're getting out of this scot-free, because you're not.
And now, after more than 2 decades on the hit soapie, she's become the longest-serving female cast member. Lynne McGranger joins us on the show. Welcome to the Daily Edition.
Oh, thank you, guys. That's hilarious.
It's with all due respect that I called you a larrikin, Lynne.
I know, I love it. An enduring larrikin. I love it. I love it.
Hey, Lynne, not many people would know that you were a primary school teacher before you started in acting.
Yes.
What sparked the career turn?
Well, I was rubbish at teaching. That went a long way to make me. No, I was. I didn't have it. I really admire teachers. I love people who are called to teaching and nursing and that kind of thing, and I wasn't. I don't know, I just kind of fell into it, and I make apologies to all the children out there that I've affected. You know, they'd all be 30-something plus now. I just realised I wasn't good with children in groups of more than one. So it kind of just didn't work out, but you know, fortunately I recognised it, and I had a bit of a calling to be a bit of a show-off. There you go. So,
but before TV, theatre was your domain. Was that your stepping stone? Was TV always the big goal that you dreamt of?
Do you know, not really, Chris. Again, I kind of fell into it, and look, that was with Barbara Windsor. I'm name dropping. Look, I love theatre. Absolutely loved it, and then when I had my daughter Clancy, who's now 23, I said to my partner, you know what? I need a soap. That'd be really good to have a soap, and then I could just, you know, you could stay at home and be a house husband, and I'll go to work. Be careful what you wish for.
That's right.
Then you get it.
That's it. Well, you started first in 1992 on Home and Away.
That's
it was
right.
a guest role. Do you ever think you'd still be there 22 years later?
Not in a pink fit, love. Not in a pink fit. I mean, I really feel very blessed. I'm sure Ray would say exactly the same, and Ada. It's just one of those things that just keeps going on. They keep giving me more contracts. I go, are you sure? They go, yeah. I go, okay. And it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Just then you said not in a pink fit, and all I actually really heard was Irene. You know, like that.
Yeah.
You know,
it gets a bit blurry.
Like, how much is you, and how much
of the character?
Yes.
Well, I guess after 22 years, I'd have to say quite a bit. I mean, sometimes I do like to think that I speak a bit more proper than she does, and I probably don't use quite as many Australianisms, although if you talk to the people at work, they would probably disagree and say, yeah, she talks like that all the time. That's really her. But it does become very blurry because, you know, you're spending half of your life pretending to be this other crazy lady, and the other half of my life, I'm this crazy lady.
It really is a wonderful cast on Home and Away. Do you have any favourite co-stars?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot. Look, Ada would have to be my best friend. There's no doubt about that. We've been very close for a long time. But I love them all. I love Ray. I love Emily. I love all of the young ones that I'm working with at the moment. Are gorgeous. There's been one or two, you know, not so nice people along the way. Oh, no names, no pack drop.
Oh, come on, you can put them on the pedestal.
No.
I have a favourite co-host on the show.
Do you?
Yeah.
She isn't here today, but I do have a favourite co-host on the show.
Right. No, look, we're all a great family, and I know that sounds a little bit wanky and a little bit like I'm just saying it, but I don't think a show can go for 27 years and have a lot of kind of nastiness going on. It just wouldn't last.
No.
So
And this is only the second time I've been starstruck. From watching Home and Away, from being a child in high school, I met Ray, who played Alf, at the Logies one year. And I went up and introduced myself, and he said, "Oh, nice to meet." I said, "Nice to meet you, Alf." He went, "Please call me Ray." I went, "Sorry, Alf." And all I could do was call him Alf, and now you're the second time.
Oh,
so great to meet
darling.
you.
Thank you.
The Englishman's going all weak at the
I know.
knees. Surprise, surprise.